This is Brian. Last week I was at the Runway Cafe with my parents, and I noticed they have a new color of their t-shirt, a very nice dark blue design. So we're going to ride out there today and see if we might be able to buy one. We'll be on the Lhotz by IPS. Before we go, though, I need to check and see if the tire might need inflating. I see from my chart that I last inflated the tire over a month ago. So before we head out, let's give the tire a fresh pressurization. This is my tire pumping setup that I'm currently using. I've been through a few different air compressors and landed on this one, which I've been very happy with. I'm not sure how to pronounce the name, but I'll show it to you in case you're interested. I got this from Amazon. It has a nice built-in pressure gauge. Now it is 12 volt, so I'm usually not using this with my vehicle, so I have it connected to one of these car battery boosters that I really got originally for my car, but is very handy for using 12 volt accessories when you're not at your vehicle. Now I do have tire pressure gauge, which I also got from Amazon. It's oil filled, it's very nice. I don't use it much nowadays because I have been able to learn. I consider this one to be the more accurate gauge, more accurate than the one built into the air compressor. But I've learned after a while, comparing the measurements using the two gauges, what I want this gauge to read so that I get the pressure I want, which is right around 50 psi. And on this gauge, it needs to show a bit higher than that to be truly 50. Plus, as you're well aware, I'm sure, you tend to lose air while you're disconnecting the hose from the tire. Now I've gone back and forth between the clamp-on kind and the screw-on kind. Here's my screw-on currently. And I have found that I can actually take the screw-on type off faster usually than the clamp-on ones. They clamp on, they're so snug and tight, they're very hard to get off sometimes, and it's actually, for me at least, it's actually easier to unscrew this. And of course I do lose air just like any hose would when you remove it, but I know about how much extra air I need to put in to compensate for what I'm going to lose when I take the hose off. Now, also for inflating both of my IPS, well, really, I think every wheel that I've owned so far, the valve stem is difficult to access, so you really need one of these extensions, and I have one there. You might be wondering why I have a little mini screwdriver there. That's just to help me guide the valve stem a little bit into an accessible position where I can screw it on. Okay, let's get our hose connected and put in some air. Okay, there we go. Now, I can't hold everything here. I'm going to try to show you why I use a little screwdriver. Whoops. This is what I do. I lift it up a little bit so I can get the extension on. Okay. Now we'll screw on the compressor hose. Alright. And turn it on. All right. All right, let's put our valve stem cap back on. There we go. And we are ready to ride. While I had everything out, I went ahead and pumped up my other Lhotz a little bit. I was glad I did. It was down some. What I find is that the pressure goes down so slowly, you don't really notice the difference, because from one day to the next it's almost undetectable, and it's just such a gradual process you forget what it is like when freshly inflated. So we've updated our dates here. And that just helps me remember how long it's been since I last checked / updated the inflation in my tires. We'll be using our fold-up portable backpack today. I happen to like the new Outlander brand. There are numerous other brands available that are very similar. I have a few different sizes of these, but I love them for EUC riding because when it's empty, I don't have to have an empty backpack strapped on. I can just clip the folded up package onto my belt loop, and it's there when I need it. And of course today I'm hoping to be carrying back a couple of Runway Cafe t-shirts. We're leaving the CVA parking lot. heading eventually towards Batesview Drive. And we'll be on Keith Drive. Which takes us to Airport Road, where the Runway Cafe is located. Hello. As I mentioned earlier today, we're riding the IPS 191, also known as the Lhotz. You might have noticed possibly sticking into the frame another action cam I was holding. I like to carry a second one for other shots, and in case the first one runs out of power. However, it appeared to be dead. I was just using it earlier today, so I'm not sure what happened. So we'll just have to rely on our main camera, which is today we're using an SJCam SJ5000X Elite in a chest harness. We were just on Batesview. I turned off to come through this part of the neighborhood here, section I enjoy. We'll end up on East North Street just like we would have had we stayed on Batesview. The hills we're encountering are very typical of my neighborhood. The Lhotz handles them very well. When your neighborhood is this hilly, there's just no substitute for hill climbing torque. And the Lhotz, which we're on today, and the 121, which I also love to ride, both from IPS, are very competent hill climbers. This is East North Street. We're looking for Keith Drive, which is almost immediately ahead. Got some traffic to contend with. Let's go down a little bit. See if we can get across. All right. The airport should be a little less than 2 miles down here. We have a very simple route today. All we need to do is just keep following Keith Drive until we get to Airport Road. I see a sign here alerting us that we're near North Pleasantburg Drive. That's a good sign. Okay, I think we want to go straight across here. I'm glad we could avoid those railroad tracks. And the airport is straight ahead. Wonder what all these cars are from. Oh, there's some kind of activity going on? Armed Forces Day. Hi, I just want to go to the Runway Cafe. Is that all right?
Awesome.
Thank you. So, not sure exactly what's going on, but oh, I see some military vehicles out there. Very cool. I was unaware that something was happening here today. There's the little park. All right, let's go find out if we can get a shirt. Okay, we were successful. They had 2 shirts available. And I'm switching from the harness to just going handheld for the way back so we can get some better shots of the wheel itself. Meanwhile, here's an idea of what's going on. Some military-oriented displays, aviation and non-aviation related. Very cool.
What is that thing?
This thing I'm holding,
Yeah.
it's an electric unicycle.
Really?
Are you familiar with hoverboards?
Yes. I
It's
can
like
ride one.
it's like the next generation of the hoverboard. It operates in a similar way where you lean your body to control it.
Except on the hoverboard, you like lean your foot.
Well,
and you,
that's
like,
right.
lean
Yes.
forward.
Yes.
That's cool.
Thank
Oh,
you.
yeah, I've seen those on YouTube.
Yeah, there's a lot of YouTube videos.
Like next generation transportation gadgets.
Exactly.
On those videos.
Yes. All right. Well, our mission was accomplished, so let's head back. Obviously a huge crowd here today. Oh look, more military vehicles. There's not an empty seat in the cafe. Absolutely packed out to capacity. All right, and we'll just keep the cam going until either we get back home or the battery dies. Hey, thanks. We've got some hill climbing to do here. Thank you, IPS, for providing the Lhotz with loads of torque. We're on a very long climb here, but luckily it's not extremely steep. It's very sustained though. And here we are, back at East North Street. Know where I want to go, and that's right over here. And this is the reverse of the route we took. Hilly areas like this, you really appreciate the Lhotz. We're climbing. Lhotz is working hard. But it was never in doubt we would make it. All right, we're at the top. Okay, we're sharing the road with a car here. Let's hold back. See what the Odyssey here is planning to do. I see they're turning left. And let's shoot across. All right. We're very close to BJU at this point. That's Bob Jones University if you're watching this and you're not from the Greenville area. And we will be riding right up to the west gate of Bob Jones University. And we'll be turning left here. Wade Hampton is at the top of this hill. Bob Jones University campus on our right. Bob Jones Academy Elementary School on our left. There's the elementary school. This is BJU property over here. This small building up here is the Early Learning Center for the very young children of Bob Jones Academy. Okay, and CVA, Campus View Apartments, where I live, and the front gate of Bob Jones University are rapidly coming into view. That building we just passed is the Mac Library, where I work. The building in the distance with a covered walkway is the alumni building that contains classrooms. There's CVA across the street from us. There's White Oak Baptist Church. Here's the front gate of Bob Jones University. All right, we're back. Let's check out the shirts. Now I mentioned that I brought my fold-up backpack so I'd have a way to bring the shirts home. That worked out very well. Let's take a look and see what we got. Very nice. That's the front. That's the back. Thank you for riding with me today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.